Peace, what's up everybody? Once again, it's your boy Jay Everyday, also known as Furious Styles. And in this discussion, I'm going to talk about Lavar Ball. Now, while I was initially a supporter of Lavar Ball and I kind of admired him for certain things he did, being a father, being married for 20 plus years, for having a plan to execute for his sons and wanting to start his own brand and all of that stuff. The issue of his mouth, some of the actions that he's taken, and his overall approach to basketball has been proven to be wrong. Now, while a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I told you so. Oh, Lavar is this, Lavar is this," unfortunately, they're right, because Lavar didn't learn one of the greatest lessons of all time. Robert Greene talked about it in 48 Laws of Power. It's knowing when to stop, knowing when to take your foot off the throttle, knowing when to pull back a little bit and just marinate, knowing when to hold that nut sometimes. What I mean by that is Lavar Ball basically had all of his sons get D1 athletic scholarships to UCLA, one of the most storied basketball programs in the country, and probably one of the top 2 or 3 schools on the West Coast for basketball. Well, top 3, I'll say. What he did is, because his son got suspended for shoplifting, which he shouldn't have did, and his son having to sit his ass down for a little while, what did Lavar do? I'm going to take my son out of school, I'm going to ruin his amateur status, and I'm going to go and have him play pro basketball, or semi-pro. That's not even considered pro. I'm going to have him play semi-pro basketball in Lithuania. To compound matters, he completely, and I'm going to say it raw and uncut, he fucks over his youngest son, ruins his amateur status, pulls him out of high school, and has him play in the same league. So now, not only can his son not play high school ball anymore, his son can't play college ball either. Now he expects both of them to get to the NBA. And it's like, dude, when do you shut the fuck up and just sit back and marinate? I get it. You started the Big Baller brand. Then you try to sell your sneakers. But this is the whole thing of not knowing when to start. Not knowing when to stop, excuse me. See, Nike started from the ground up. Nike started selling shoes, then went to apparel. Adidas started with shoes, then apparel. Under Armour started with clothes, then shoes. And One started with clothes, then shoes. Lavar Ball decides to I'm going to start with clothes and shoes. And everybody liked his bravado, his brashness, his shit talking. Okay, yeah, first sneakers weren't that great, but I'm coming out with another version, the Zo2s, the Zo3s, or whatever. Then I'm going to have the LaMelo one. Now I'm going to have the LiAngelo one. But instead of stopping with just the clothes, you decide to put out the sneakers. And then what happened? People started complaining, and people started seeing that not only was that shit subpar, but you wasn't even giving people what you promised them. That's bad fucking business, no matter how you look at it. And everybody who starts a business out, of course they make mistakes. Even myself in my own businesses, I've made mistakes. I've gave people subpar product, or haven't given my customers what I promised them. And I have to deal with the consequences of that, just like he does. But see, what he didn't have to do is fuck up his son's amateur status. And then the whole year his son was playing for the Lakers, his oldest son, Lonzo, was playing for the Lakers. You want to talk shit? You've done your job. You've got your son to the pros. You couldn't even keep your word to Magic. Like, oh, it's Magic and the coach gonna handle him now. I don't got nothing to say with that. And it wasn't even a month later. Oh, now you got some shit to say about it. Now your other two sons are probably not gonna make it to the league. It would be an accomplishment if they did, and I would hope so. But now, because of the bullshit that you are on, neither one of them is going to make it to the league. See, a good friend of mine told me something. He said, whenever Lavar has a problem, he takes his ball and go home. Oh, I criticize LaMelo, I'm going to take him out of school. I'm going to say the coach can't coach. What does the coach do? Goes to the state championship game and lose. Yeah, he made it to the California state championship without your son, who's supposed to be the superstar. And they made it to the state championship game and lost by a couple of points. So it wasn't the school or the coach that was the problem, it was you. And you not wanting your son to be coached. LiAngelo, him and his friends get caught stealing. Don't have an opinion either way about it, but yeah, you shouldn't have been stealing. Have I stole something in the past? Absolutely. Have I done a lot of dumb shit while I was in college? Absolutely. Shit that I'm not particularly proud of. That goes without saying. But guess what? When I did some shit and got caught, I had to sit my ass down for a year. LiAngelo's no different. His ass got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to. You got to sit your ass down for a minute. And see, he could have done that. Then he could have continued to play high quality basketball, and he could have developed just into a shooter, and probably could have got on the NBA roster. With that body of his, being 6'5", 6'6", you could, some people make a living in the league as a shooter. May have been able to make a living in the NBA as just a shooter. A role player, specialty player. Shit, there's role players out here getting $80 million a year. But what happened? Lamar's on his bullshit. I don't like what UCLA did. I'm taking my son out. I don't like how the high school coach was talking to LaMelo. I'm going to take him out. So now he goes to Lithuania. Halfway across the fucking world. Just a hop, jump, and a step away from Russia. Then you're going to stick your sons over there and have them playing mediocre ball. Have them playing mediocre ball, in a mediocre league. Two games left in the season. What does Lavar say? Oh, I don't like how that coach coaches. Oh, we wasn't getting along. The reason y'all weren't getting along, because I watched the series, the little Facebook series or whatever. There was two reasons that y'all didn't get along. LaMelo ain't get back on defense, and LaMelo likes to shoot too much. Let me give you a couple more reasons. I don't know why I said two. Doesn't get back on defense, shoots too much, doesn't like to listen to direction, and he doesn't hustle. But see, when you try and tell Lavar that, he says, no, you're not playing to my son's ability. No, that's not the case. Your sons might be the best two players on the team, but I need them to do everything. Your sons, if your sons are the two best players on the team, they have to set the example for the rest of the team. Because guess what? LaMelo and LiAngelo don't play defense, the rest of the team ain't going to play defense. They don't hustle, go after loose balls, and get other teammates involved. Their other teammates are going to treat them the same way. So what happens now? Because of Lavar's attitude, and their state of play over the last 6 months, where do LiAngelo and LaMelo go now? You tell me, I'll wait. Because remember, they cannot go to no D1 school and play basketball because they gave up their amateur status when they went over to Lithuania to play pro ball. See, it's a classic case. The father wasn't happy getting one son into the NBA. That's a fucking accomplishment in itself. It goes without saying. He wanted to get all three of his sons in the NBA. Didn't have all three of them playing for the same team. In the end, all he did was fuck up his son's basketball future. Hell, it may come down to the point to where they don't even want to play basketball no more because of the dumb shit their father did. See, sometimes you have to play your position. Sometimes you have to know, okay, it's time to go. All of these things determine what kind of legacy you're going to have with your kids with regards to sports. See, that's the thing I don't think a lot of people realize. So look, that's all I'm going to really say on this whole Lavar Ball issue. It's just disappointed, and I really feel bad for the Suns, because obviously they can hoop. Were they as good as their brother? We'll never know, because I don't ever think they'll be in the league. This is one of those posts where I hope that I'm wrong. I really sincerely do hope that I'm wrong. But in the meantime, the reality on the ground is what it is, man. You fucked your son's amateur status up, and you probably fucked up both of them going. Basically, like I said, you fucked up their legacies, you fucked up their amateur status, you fucked up their college and high school basketball careers. So, with that being said, they will be lucky if they make it to college. They'll be lucky when they come home from college. But all of this shit is contingent on what they do next. Because I don't really see a plan for them at the moment. So, like I said, this is all I'm going to say about this topic. Like I said again, it's a shame. It's really fucked up what their father did to him. And that's it. If you like my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you have questions and comments, and I'm out. If you want to comment below, please do so. All the haters, keep that shit to yourself. And I'm gone.